I apologize. I had a message from somebody a little while ago saying, Anthony, what happened with nuclear? And I said to myself, I talked about nuclear for like 3 or 4 minutes this morning in a video. And then I posted it. I went and looked. I did post a video. It was not of that, though. I posted the 2-year-old video twice today. So I just left them both up. And I have now since posted the video from this morning that I actually did make at 6:30 in the morning on my way to baseball with Ollie. Now, a bit torn today with the baseball. Ollie's team lost a nail-biter in the first game, 9-8. And then they blew out a team in the second game, but that ended their tournament at 2-2. And then I went home this afternoon and watched the Jays lose in a very reminiscent Little League loss. Run around second, pitch in the dirt, it hits the umpire and scoots to the left. Catcher can't find it, runner scores from second. Now, I'm well aware that there's a lot of people out there that don't care about baseball, that don't like baseball. But I don't follow cricket or not even soccer that much, to be honest. Somebody asked me about the World Cup the other day. I will say this. I watched at least 20 minutes of a World Cup game while I was waiting for an order the other day in a bar. And it was actually pretty good. You know, in North America, we're a bit judgy, right? We don't watch the football. We watch football, but not the football. Each his own. I mean, there's millions and millions and millions of people that love that game. And as I said, I did kind of get it. You know, watching it for 20 minutes, I found it very interesting. A lot more than I have in the past, but I don't claim to watch soccer that much. In fact, my brothers watch hockey incessantly, like I watched baseball. No, the same thing. I'll watch a hockey game that's on, but I won't rush home to watch a hockey game. Mostly the NFL I like watching, and baseball. Anyway, none of that's important. I apologize for not posting the video. So I'm posting the wrong video. It's up now. Nuclear, the report I got after. I was the same as you. I thought he hurt himself. Horses don't generally make breaks. They're certainly not aged ones. And the only thing it could be other than an injury is what it turned out to be. Maybe Tyler thought just a hair long of a hobble on him. And just as he went to put him in gear, he said, I really think I was going to chase that horse down. And actually looking at the body language, as I said in the video this morning, of James's horse, and knowing Nuclear kind of dogs it in the last turn and then finishes up strong, I tend to believe he's right. I think he was going to run him. I think he was going to run him down. But it begs the question. The hobbles weren't changed from last week when he came 25-4, but last week he was bottled up, moved him over to the middle of the track and let him pace down the lane. This time he was chasing the horse down along the rail. Was a little more chewed up, maybe. Maybe he did lose his footing. Maybe he did roll off. Maybe his hobbles need to come in a hole. But that's what happened with Nuclear. But nevertheless, my apologies for not getting that done. Now, I'm on my way to Northfield, and I wanted to get this out of the way. The horses were terrible at the fair today. For any of you that watched, Tomboy Strong, Luke thought that maybe she couldn't get a hold of the track. She does wear flip-flops. The track was very deep. Which begs me that today is done. Turn that page. We got a couple of horses that wear flip-flops tomorrow. So that's a little conversation piece. There's nothing we can really do about it on a Sunday evening. There's not like there's an abundance of blacksmiths just milling about at Northfield Park tonight looking for work. So we might have to get a little bit creative tomorrow, possibly. I don't know. Judy's Money, he felt that, I should have scored her down a little more. It was really hot. We post-sprayed her. I kind of jogged her along. I didn't score her down. If I had maybe she would have been a bit more comfortable. Maybe we had to tinker with her hobbles and whatnot. And I understand that. That's fine. And Uncle Sarah, Aunt Sarah, he thought maybe she tied up a little bit. Why wouldn't she? It's been a terrible year for her. Why wouldn't she tie up? So a terrible day at the fair today, but it is the fair. It's not the end of the world. It does give me pause about the rest of the fair activities for the summer. But at the same time, understanding that one track and one race day does not make up, start or stop a summer. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hopefully it can't go worse than it did this afternoon. So we are on our way to Northfield. Got 5 in tonight. The kids were happy. So Addie told you she didn't need a nap. Yeah, just 3 hours and 20 minutes. Addie was fighting with me because she was up late all week. We went to the Guardians game the other day. We're on tour. We're having fun, as much fun as we can in the summer. I told you guys, if I have a day off, even if I'm a little tired, and I was a little burnt out, a little wiped out at the Guardians game the other night too, but it was still fun. But I don't want to just do nothing, right? And it just felt like I was being a little bit lazy. And took the kids and Tim to the Guardians game, and got home late, on the road the next day to the Meadows, running around here and there, and you can tell when Addie gets a little tired. She's a little snippety, a little short with her answers, and a little cranky. And I told her today, you can come to the ball game today, but you have to have a nap in the afternoon. She argued with me on the way home. She didn't need a nap. She was fine. She didn't need a nap. Got home. I said, well, I'm tired, and I'm having a nap for the races. You can lay down right there. 3 hours and 20 minutes she slept. That's how long she slept. So she's as fresh as a daisy tonight. She wanted to come to the races tonight, but again, I'm not done till the later races. So I said, no, not tonight. But they want to go to the Marion Fair tomorrow. So everybody's going to the Marion Fair tomorrow. We should have a little fun down there. And right back at it tomorrow night for Northfield Park Tuesday. As you said, I don't think I have any racing on Tuesday. I should double check that. Is that accurate? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it is, but
who's racing on Tuesday?
I don't think anybody is, but I want to double check. Upcoming races.
Yeah, there's nothing on there until Thursday.
Monday? Thursday? Well, we definitely have horses racing on Wednesday. I know I'm at the Meadows and Northfield on Wednesday, so that's just not in there yet. They finalize tomorrow, so they're for sure more on Wednesday. But no racing on Tuesday? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No racing on Tuesday. I think Ollie plays baseball on Tuesday. Oh, I hope he does. It's frustrating me. I never get to, I missed a few of his games last week, and it's very disappointing to me when I miss his games. I really enjoy watching him play baseball. I know how my father was now when I was a kid. No, I don't see anything on here. Monday through Wednesday. They don't do anything either. So Tuesday, maybe we'll go do something. Wednesday, as I said, the Meadows, and then back at it Wednesday night at Northfield Park. That's going to be a busy day for me. Thursday will be the Meadows, and then I'm off to New Jersey. We have, I think Thursday will be the Meadows, and then we're off to New Jersey. We have the horses in Friday. X-Ski and Superway will race. And then we come right back Saturday evening. James, I didn't realize, I was so ignorant to it. So Scott, typical Scott being Scott, did the work, said nothing, and then told Amy after that, he has 2 fillies to drive in that stake race on Saturday that he's committed to. So we were kind of looking for a driver, and I said, well, Brett Beckwith does an amazing job. Any one of those guys, you're talking about the Meadowlands Driving Colony. And it's not like Jailbird Jog is a Jailbird Jog of 2025. She's a sweetheart now. Do what you want with her. You got to drive her like a trotter, but you can do what you want with her. And then Amy said, what about your brother James? Because it's the Meadowlands Pace Night. Eliminations. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll do fine, too. He'll do just fine, too. So James is going to drive her on the 4th, and depending how he does, obviously, I'm not going to tell James, you can drive her on the 4th, but I'll drive her on the 11th. No, you get along good with her on the 4th, you can drive her for however many times you want. I don't care. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, it looks like James McDonald or Scott Zeron. Boo-hoo. Well, that's what we're going to have on next Saturday. And then I'll be obviously staying in Ohio to race Lou Armstrong and Dublin's Ferrani. We do have... Do they not have that up there? Yeah, they do. The Next Generation spot. It's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have our Next Generation spot up for sale. Somebody asked me yesterday, what happens if it doesn't sell? Well, it'd be a bit of a killjoy. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a bid on it yet, but there generally isn't any bids on it until Monday. So I have no idea. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But as of right now, that spot is up for sale on Preferred. I'll make a note about that on Facebook and Twitter tonight also. The spot, the couple of horses we're selling, and continue on our way. Now, looks like for me, I mentioned it briefly in a video, looks like for me next week, Thursday, I think I'm going to drive down to New York with the girls. Ollie can stay here. You said you're staying here until next weekend? Mm-hmm. Ollie can stay here. I'm going to fly back to Columbus. The girls can stay in New York with Amy. I'm going to fly from Columbus on Sunday back to New York to go drive Miss Lady May, the stake race at Monticello. And then I believe for a couple of days, I'm not that busy. I want to catch all these games. He's a tournament all next week. He's a couple of tournaments coming up. So I'll probably drive right back depending on when his post time is for his game so I can watch him. I don't think we have a ton on the go after that 6th. After July the 6th. Now, obviously, we do have stake races here and there. I know Degas is in, and I told Eric, I said, listen, she's in the second rung. Do I want to go all the way down there to drive her for $40,000, depending on what she draws and who she's in with? If it's my only drive, I'm sure Joey can drive her. I'm sure Scott, Dexter, a million other people can drive her. Or I can drive her. I'd love to go down and drive her. You know, if she was a tricky horse, I'd be insistent on it. I would bend my entire calendar around it. She's maybe the sweetest horse in the world to drive. So I don't think it's a necessity. Solidarity's a little more problematic. Dexter said he was a little strong in the face the other day, which he has not been. So we'll see how he behaves this week. Also, as I said to Eric, if he does show a little bit of blood and we think that it's just he just can't quite get it down there, then we can race him in the overnights. And that's the beauty of it, is that the overnights you can use Lasix. Just can't in stake races. So a little bit of what is going. What's this raindrop stuff? It wasn't supposed to be one cloud in the sky. I can see clouds. Weather app. It's not supposed to rain at all tonight. So we're here now at Northfield Park. I'm going to sign in, get racing. We have 5 on tap, I believe, tonight. Do we not, Tim? We have 5 on tap. We're going to start with Chicago Hall. I'm excited to race him. Leland Hanover's been awesome. Looks like Money Winner Soldier in together. So we have 6 in tonight. JK Mega's in a great spot. He's in the sale tomorrow, and we'll close out our night with Neptune. So again, apologies for the video snafu this morning. That was my fault. I wanted to go out of my way to make a video for you guys to wake up to, and instead, I just posted my 2-year-old video. So you had 2 of those. And for the fair today, just turn the page. You know, obviously, you look at those 3 fillies. I can't speak to Aunt Sarah. She's obviously been a bit of a setback this year. She hasn't raced as well as we'd hoped at all. But it is what it is. And then with respect to Tomboy Strong and Judy's Money, you know, one filly, it looks like she couldn't get a hold of the track and fizzled out quite poorly. And the other filly, obviously, just tipped over in the first turn. So onward and upward, we have 6 in tonight. Good luck to everybody tonight. I'll be back later on tomorrow morning on the way to the Marion Fair. I'll bring you an update of how things shook down tonight.